the sexy back. Yeah. The mother boys don't know how to act.
Hi, this is Lieutenant Bierkowski, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been with the Sheriff's Department for 26 years. I'm currently a lieutenant with the Special Enforcement Bureau, which is our SWAT team, and we also have paramedics and canines attached. And I am also an LA County paramedic and have been a paramedic for 15 years.
Have you ever witnessed a person being run over on the job?
I haven't actually witnessed it, but I have treated many people. Been first on scene to people who have been run over by
Bang!
Yes.
What kind of damage was done, and how fast did that happen?
Well, on several occasions, it was where adults were hit by cars and then knocked to the ground, and the car actually ended up over the top of them. I can recall one where there was two women that were walking across the street, and they got knocked down by the car, and then the car ran over both of their legs. Both of them each had both of their legs run over. And the car wasn't going too fast, but fast enough where it knocked them down and then went over. The front tires ran over both their legs. The damage was, it basically caused their leg to split open, both their legs. It also caused, you have two lower bones below your knee, and both bones were completely broken, and it was what we call a compound fracture, where the bone actually broke and came out of the skin. And then the skin had filleted open, so you could see the tendons and muscles. So it wasn't so much that there was a lot of blood, there was just a lot of damage done to both the legs. So not an easy thing to treat or fix quickly.
Have you ever been in a scene where the torso or the head has ever been damaged?
Unfortunately, yes. I was first on scene when I was working patrol where a small child had gotten hit. He got knocked to the ground by the car because he was, almost the same height as the bumper of the car, and then unfortunately the car ran over his head, and his death was almost instantaneous because of the crushing. The car actually rolled over the top of his head, and then that's where it stopped. So we pulled the child out. He had his head was completely crushed. It was still intact, but what it had done is it caused there was blood coming out of his ears, his mouth, his nose, and when we went to open his airway, you could feel on his face and on his head, it was basically mush. It had just completely crushed his skull, unfortunately.
Based on your experience, what would you expect with a person getting run over by the torso and upper body?
Well, you figure a car is pretty heavy, so if it runs over the torso, it's going to cause a lot of damage. But the way our torso is, the way our middle portion of our body is, there's bones in place that are going to protect the most vital organs. Your heart and your lungs are the most vital, so you have a rib cage and a sternum, which is actually a very sturdy and very thick bone. The sternum protects the heart lies right behind that, and then your rib cage protects your lungs. So although a car might run over that chest area and the bones may break or fracture, it's still going to do a pretty good job of protecting your lungs and your heart, because not only do you have bones, but you also have muscles that run in between it. So it kind of keeps the bones together even though they fracture, which then protects the lungs and the heart. If you get run over a little bit lower, if you were to feel on yourself, you can feel that there is absolutely no protection until you get down to like your pelvis area. So all of the organs that are in your abdomen area, whether it be your bladder, your liver, your intestines, those are going to get crushed. And it all depends on what it hits. Some of your organs, like your bladder, those are hollow. And it's basically your bladder's like a balloon, right? So if your bladder is full of urine and you get run over, it's gonna most likely burst or get a tear in it, just like a water balloon would, if you can envision running over a water balloon. Same with your intestines. Your intestines, they're kind of squishy almost when you feel them, but if you squeeze it enough and there's something inside, which is all of our waste, then a lot of times it's going to tear and those contents are going to come out as well.
currently going through some confusion.